Hello folks, so today we're doing one of my sets which has been bought in from the trade and is an Audioline. Is it 340 when you get the bigger one? I said yesterday it will be 341. I said it's going to be a Uniden 200, but it isn't. I actually think these are nicer looking. That isn't some kind of sales thing, I really don't care an iota. 22nd of November 25, I better get the clipboard. Audioline 341 27009747. I've kept the duster on because this bezel's very good condition on this. So I'll put eBay because it's one we're going to sell. It's surplus. The business model is we keep one of each set ever manufactured at this stage, and then if we get, and you've seen this, we get sets in which have been really messed about with, silly illegal modifications or wiring cut out, then we're able to open up a fully working set and copy the wiring across, because there's no service manuals for most of these sets, and although we're using the realistic TRC 2000, TRC 2001 because it's the same board, that's where it ends, it's the same board. So ancillary things like switches and all that are different, and it's very, very slow going if you've got to try and work it out from the circuit diagram. So that's the business model. So as long as I keep back an Audioline, that's had cigarette smoke on it, I'll clean that. As long as we keep back one for our business model, then that's absolutely fine. And what I don't do, and it's important to get this across to you, is that if we've got a stack of 5 identical radios, I don't choose the nicest. I sell the top 4, and whatever's at the bottom is the one which I keep. It's of no interest what the cosmetic condition is for our business model. So, this looks nice. Got a bit of wear around the channel selector, and I'd rather have it like that than put it on a modern decal front. I'll take the knobs off and clean them. We'll probably run those through the dishwasher, but not the front panel. It's very complex to take off, so we won't be doing that, but we'll clean it up a bit. So I'm going to start off with using our standard Uniden mic, and when we sell this it'll go out with a new mic, I would expect. I did look to see whether we've got a Uniden mic, and luckily we haven't, or an Audioline mic. The thing is, I don't want people to get excited over factory original mics on these, because the Uniden and the Audioline, the mics these went out with, were very lacking in treble, and it was a bit muffled.com. So you are better off with a replacement mic, standard replacement like we are using. So it's very nice to have factory originals, and by all means yes, but that's not the one to use with it. This is much better response. And people came up with all kinds of daft modifications to alter the radio, and it wasn't the radio at fault, it was the mic. Though there could be a bit of funny audio processing, of course. So these are much loved because they get less bleed over than most other sets, but then they are not as sensitive as most other sets. But that doesn't matter. The only difference would be if you've got somebody right on at the back of the box. It's you might get it on a Cybernet set with 0.21 microvolt sensitivity, which you're not going to get on this set. Okay, so he's put sleeving on there. We'll unsmolder that. So this set will already be somewhere very close because it's come from the trade. We'll be doing, and remember these speakers are 16 ohms. The other day somebody changed a speaker in one of these themselves to one out of a Uniden 400, which is a CPT only set. You can't do that because it's 8 ohms and this is 16. You can go the other way around, you can put a 16 ohm speaker on an 8 ohm load, but not the other way around. So you're going to end up doing in that amplifier. and it's potentially an expensive chip. There was a time when they were £19 something, and it's all right saying to me, yes, they've got them on AliExpress for £1.19. I don't think they're going to be real, and I don't think they're going to work. Right, these were used in video games by people like Tato. You know, I'm not saying Space Invaders, but you know, that kind of arcade game, and so they conjure up quite a price. We're going to need to change some capacitors. Some of these have been done. Let's see what's being done. It doesn't matter in this instance, but it's good practice to get rid of this glue. It's not like it's high voltage, and it's not like it's going to short anything, but it would on valve equipment. This isn't valve equipment, and it's not in anywhere sensitive. Let's just got rid of it a bit. If it got damp, you just don't know, do you? It seems to go hygroscopic, I think the word is. Is that changed? We need to change. Yeah, they've done that. The 220's been changed, and the 470's been changed. The 470's been changed. The 220's been changed. So as long as there's no audio shenanigans, that should be absolutely fine. That's been changed as well. That's been changed. So I think the other engineers obviously passed it as a trade repair. Yep, that looks fine. I'll check it underneath. I'll see if we can get a tune-up done first. I'm going to take these bump-ons off because I hate this kind of thing. It's been pushed into service as a base station, but it isn't a base station, is it? I'll get some chemical cleaner on that to get rid of it. The same happens with the bottom. It's got the correct silver screws in that. Right, so we'll power it up. I can power it up straight on at 13.8 volts because I know it's worked within the last year. There we are, channel 20, mic gain and RF gain to 4. I'll tell you what, we'll turn the mic gain down and we'll start our test by plugging in our extension speaker into public address. This works on mic gain on these radios. Testing 1 2, testing. Well, that helps if I press PA. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, while I want to. So that's excellent. Put the speaker back into extension speaker. Switch to CB. And that sounds normal. May as well do the VCO because we've got the service manual to hand. I had a Union 200 about 2 weeks ago, so we've still got the service manual. So the test point is that resistor. I will poke it with that. There is a resistor, that's test point 1. Test point 2 somewhere down there. We don't need to bother with it because the set's already working. If the set was just newly manufactured and not working, we'd have to use an oscilloscope on the other test point, and we'll come to that. So they want this radio to do on its transmitter at least 3.4 watts. So that's your absolute minimum. And they want it to draw in current what? Or aren't they telling us that? Current drain, the absolute maximum they want it to be is 1200 milliamps. On the sensitivity, the worst they want it for 10 dB sine, and remember we work on 12 normally, which is hard to achieve, is 1 microvolt, but they don't say whether that's EMF or PD on your test equipment. So we have it in the harder to achieve EMF position. What do they think the S9 should be on the meter? Because I know it should be 100 microvolts. Perhaps they don't tell you. No, it's obviously so unimportant. So test point 1, we want channel 40. I'm going to have to put an earth to somewhere. What about this wire to some odd coil somewhere? Let's put it to there, so we're using its can as an earth. There's the test point. So it's in transmit, and it should be 3.5 volts. Let's put that a bit closer. Just put my test set into transmit. It does have some protection, but I don't want to start ruining the attenuator. So 3.6 is already correct. Don't need to mess about getting it to 3.5. So I'll put a note, VCO is 3.6 volts. There's a little checksum to make sure it's in lock. Go to channel 1, do the same again. Put the meter back where everybody can see it. And now when we're in transmit, it's 2.2, which is an in-lock kind of voltage. So if you've got 6 volts or 0 point something, obviously it's out of lock. So that's that done. Then they say, and that would be this coil here. I'll just tidy that up. This coil here is done on receive. They want you to go to test point 3 with an oscilloscope and set it for maximum. We're going to use the Synad meter because the set's already working. So that's the first thing. Let's do the transmitter, see what it's got. I'm on channel 1, so we'll stay on channel 1. I'm on the 3 watt scale. I'm expecting it to bang across. It doesn't because we're on low power. Oh, there we go. It's over 3 watts. It's 3.5 on channel 1. .5. Go to channel 40. Hmm. 3.7. Channel 20. 3.6. Well, that's a nice little bit, isn't it? Staying on channel 20, it's doing 977 milliamps. And on low power, it's doing 340 milliwatts. Deviation on this test set, wall, is 1.9. But we'll go to the other test set, which I'll switch on. Frequency isn't adjustable on these radios. What we got? 2779082. I'm hoping that comes up. It's not stupidly wrong, but we're not going to touch that until things have been on for quite a time. Right. Before we bother going into looking at the receive, just turn the volume down. I'll set this here. So I'm looking for the centre of the peak. We're on channel 20. So remember, it's not just the peak, it's the centre of the peak. So we detune. Wow, that was a delicate one. And retune. All the time I'm doing this, the power's dropping because the set's getting hotter. Next one. I think that one is, but I can't remember. Yes, it is. It's very close now. It's 3.6, but it's dropped because of the heat it's generated. So, oh, good grief! I'm on low power. I'll start again. What a twit! That's why you got to double check yourself. So that's 3.5 still. Still 3.5. Let's see whether we can get when some of these aren't placed in the correct position. You never know the history. They are critical as to where they are. I've now got an ear itch. So at the moment we're doing 3.6, 3.7, but the set's warmed up, so we'll not take any power readings until later. We won't adjust low power or anything. I'll move to the receiver. Switch the cyanide meter on, switch the oscilloscope on. Oh, what did this read before? I haven't adjusted it. Usual stuck meter. That's going to be fun. We have got a source of new meters, but whether they fit these is another matter. It would also put the price scary. Right, so at the moment we're on 2779086. So we'll set the signal generator accordingly. Where have the mice put the cameras today? 086. That'll do. And we'll go over to the cyanide meter connection instead of the speaker on the wall. For which we need an earth. Right, switch on the cyanide meter. You know that's lined up today. tell you what, this is better than usual. Just making sure RF gain's up. 0.82. Let's move it to 10 dB. 0.74. Usually around about 1, so this is good. .6. Squelch to full. I like it to be 100 microvolts to put the attenuator up. Actually never opens, does it? Just opens at 100 millivolts. Right, let's go the opposite way. Threshold. Signal generator to standby. That's not very good. Let's just try that again. It's so not very good that I want to try and set the squelch threshold again. That's better. It's 1.6 microvolts, which is just about good enough. And I can't tell you the S9 because the meter doesn't work. Meter lamp works. It's a bonus, isn't it? Okay, let's go over to the oscilloscope, which isn't stupidly off the screen today. That doesn't sound right. Detector. Spot on. Squelch down. See whether we can do these IFs. I'd like to look at the meter on the front. We might need to address that before finishing the receive. To the front end. And there's not much movement there. I think we're going to stop there, and I'm going to move over to doing the meter because it really would help me to do these two IF ones if I can see what the meter's showing. We'll turn the power off, pull all the knobs off, hopefully. As you know, I have exceptionally strong fingers. Well, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Oh, that's 4. Wow. Alright, we need to undo some nuts, the channel selector and the volume. Oh, it's still tight. I don't know why that is. If I remember rightly, these are easier to take off than the one. Oh, I just dropped that on the floor. Than the Uniden 200. But seeing as I only took one of these off the other day, it will remind me of whether it's as difficult or what. Yeah, well, you can get to some of it, can't you? How do we get to the meter? We have to take the board off. Looks like we do. We do need to unsolder these leads. Hopefully, yes. So we're just now left with that meter lamp. So it is easier than the Uniden. Still not that easy. So actually we've got the front off, so I'm going to run that through the dishwasher along with the knobs. And the knobs will include those. I'll just take the lamp out of that. Now sometimes it's just the lower bearing that is playing up. Also want to take a meter off a base station. Somebody emailed me and they'd like me to scan the artwork on the meter, which I want to do for them. If I can. Right, how are we going to test this then? I mean, it's looking like it works now. When I've come back after lunch, and I'll bring Mr. Chippy's traditional analog meter and put it on ohms, and it should bang across. So meanwhile, get all these in the dishwasher. I'm not one for tarting up cases, but I mean that can go in the dishwasher. And if we take the speaker off, this can go in the dishwasher, and it'll make those, where those bump-ons have been, it can make that easier. Should be a cloth on that, so it's missing. I'll make one or something. Right, see you in a bit. So I wanted to show you this new meter I'd ordered, but can I find it? Of course I can't. Okay, so that's come out of the dishwasher, and we've now got rid of the yellowness, and I think we'd better start putting that bit back together. Oh, I was going to get the meter, wasn't I, and make that move. Okay, so with Mr. Chippy's analog meter, and this is more expensive than you think, it's about £150. We might get some deflection by having this on ohms range. Definitely. Wow, that's a bit. Yeah, right. Well, that's deflecting all right. So it looks like I've managed to ease off the pressure. The ideal thing, of course, is to get it the right way round as well. Okay, so I'll order another new meter. And as soon as I order another new meter, I might find the original. Right, so that's back in. Can't remember whether there was any noise on these controls, but you know what? Whilst we can get to them, it just seems sensible to apply some switch cleaner. And then where's the access on that one? Or is it underneath? Actually, a mark on that display. How did that happen? Anyway, you don't have to watch me put this back together. I'll pause the video. Okay, let's see whether we've got enough of it back together. We have, but no meter lamp. Well, that's handy, isn't it? So if the meter lamp's failed in taking it out, that's a very frustrating situation, because I've got to take the front back off to do the meter lamp. That gained us nowhere, didn't it? Right, I'll just I want to get this receiver done. Let's just see where our frequency is at the moment. Right, key up and let's see where the frequency is. In fact, we can do the power, I think, now. That was supposed to be camera 1, but you know. Okay, transmit. 4 watts is there. We're on low power. That was a waste of time. It's 3.9. And if I can turn the channel selector without the knob on it, channel 40, 3.8, channel 1, 3.8. Right. Oh, and our current consumption on channel 20 is now 979 milliamps. Not much different, is it? Low power. Oh, we'll do that. It's adjustable, so we'll do that in a bit. Right, back to receive. I wanted to do the frequency with you. Camera 2. Camera 2. I'll keep pressing it. Oh, there we are. Right, frequency 27,79098. And it'll still be rising. 2779. I'll put 100. Now we have deflection on the meter. So that's 9. Oh, the meter light's on. Where's that been then? How bizarre. I'll better check the wiring on that. It's exactly S9, so that's good. So I just want to tune the detector. Sorry, the IF. I need to look at the meter as well. So I'll go back to the cyanide meter for you. I'm looking at the oscilloscope, and I'm looking at the front meter, and I'm looking at the cyanide meter because I want to be on the right side. You can very easily get on the wrong side. That is now a better peak, and now we'll look at the other one. That was spot on. I'll put this all back together before we start. going any further. I'm all over the place with it. So what about this wiring? Well, that looks alright. And it goes where? So we've got I don't see any issue with that. Let's look at it at 9 volts. 13.8. Okay, so I want to get out, we'll clean up this. It's had some work in the past. It's mainly on the transmitter. Right, switch it off again, and I'll just go through. Oh, the other thing I want to do, I'll tell you what we'll do first. We'll just do deviation, because once I've done the isopropyl alcohol, I can't do the. It's not going to work, is it, for 10 minutes whilst that dries? And that gives me the opportunity to do something different for a bit. So I'll get plugged into the test set behind me, switch back on. Right, I'll put the other glasses on, we'll see what the other deviation meter says on the test set behind me. I've gone and disconnected the aerial, haven't I? But that was necessary. By aerial, I mean connection to the test equipment. Right, let's have a look what we've got. Wow, it's a little bit high, it's 2.9. So just drop that off a fraction. It's that one. Wow, look. Good, that's another task done. Okay, that looks a bit smarter. Ugh, sits down gingerly, I don't know why. Now then, I lost a screw, didn't I? I said to Mr. Chippy just now, I don't have any screws loose, and yeah, I got some comment back. The quickest thing to do is to borrow one out of another set. We have a test jig, one of these, so we can test the phase lock loop chips. one of the other reasons I got up to go and get the other bits was to get the knobs. Well, it still works. Okay, so now it's aligned. Let's look where we are. It's going to be pretty similar or worse, because I did move the detector, didn't I, in the IF. It's 0.79, so it is 0.7. We're just dancing around the edges, better than what the manufacturer says. 1.55, you know. Let's get the meter set to S9. It was right. Is it still right? It's now better, so I need to just pop that down a fraction. Do the RF meter, key it up. RF meter is there. Make sure we're in transmit. Yeah, I'd like it to be a bit more than that. Centre of the red zone's where it's supposed to be. We've done deviation. What is it on this test set out of interest? Voila, it's about the same, so that's right at the moment. And squelch. So squelch to full. I've got rid of the sticky residue off the corners, and Mr. Chippy's got rid of the sticky residue off the case. Right. Squelch, yes. So it is opening at 300 microvolts now, which is a bit closer to where it was. Just do that. Yeah, it doesn't let us, does it? We'll have that on maximum sensitivity, and I'll tell you where it's ended up. It's 140 microvolts. It's gone from 100 millivolts to 140 microvolts. A minimum squelch. Turn the signal generator to standby, set the threshold. Signal generator back on. .85. So a little bit of dancing around with the IF there, and it helps me if the meter on the radio is working, which it now is. So I need to put a nut on the speaker and put the set back together. We're done. Turn some of the test gear off, and I'll go and fetch the knobs out of the dishwasher. Okay. I think I said at the beginning of the video, be aware these are 16 ohms. These speakers. That looks smarter, and it looks even smarter the fact we're putting silver screws in and not the black ones which it came with. They are supposed to be silver screws. Put it on 19 whilst we're waiting. But it's tea time, so there we are. It's not. Where's my little screwdriver I can poke in? Just make sure we're together properly. See, I can't see what you can see because I'm not overhead. And tighten all these up. So we'll be selling this, it'll be going out with a new mic. So I thought, well, I'll do a unit and then I can show them all a brand new meter which might fit. And it was going to be, you know, if we've got a meter got to come out, I thought, well, I can show this brand new meter that's arrived, but I've lost the brand new meter that's arrived, so if it turns up, or when I order another one, we'll have another go at that. So I'm supposed to be getting an Audioline Uniden meter, base station meter out to scan the artwork, and that's not happened yet. And we're at Leeds tomorrow picking up stuff from Gavin. There we go. Well, that's improved it. I say I'm not that bothered about the cosmetics, but in this case it's pretty immaculate, especially considering it's 40 odd years old, got some wear around there, but there we are. Great. RF going to full, mic going to full, tone works, mic's all muddled up with the wires. 190 Roger, we're on low power. 190 Roger. There we go. So we're done on the air test with that, and that'll be offered for sale. Thanks for watching. Uniden, no Audioline PT341, using the Uniden chassis from 1981.